when South Africa started sacking out or telling African nationals to leave their country, I was one of the few people who came here to throw my support for South Africa, because I believe that for Africa to progress, for the countries in Africa to develop, then we the people need to stay back home, need to stay in our individual countries and fight for or be the change we are looking for and seeking for in other foreign countries. So I came here to throw my full support for South Africans until it got violent. I came back here again to say that I still support your agenda. I still support the thing you guys are doing, but I don't support the how you guys are going about it. Basically, I support the why, but I don't support the how. I even did subsequent videos trying to highlight the cause of this whole thing that's happening in South Africa, where the South Africans or the people of South Africa believe the reason why they are not developing economically is because of African nationals trooping into their countries and taking their jobs. That is true, and it is not true because it's a factor to the problem or the cause of the problem, but it is not the main reason. I did touch on one of the main reasons why you guys are where you guys are now, which was what Nelson Mandela did for you guys during the apartheid time, when he fought against and dismantled the apartheid. And I explained that Nelson Mandela fought for the political freedom of South Africa, or the people of South Africa, but he didn't fight for the economical freedom for the people of South Africa. And that is one of the main reasons why you guys are where you guys are now. African nationals trooping into your country and taking your jobs is also a factor that we are not disputing, that we are not saying it's not true, but it is not the main factor. It's part of the factor, it's part of the reasons. So to date, I still support your agenda, but I don't support how you guys are going about it. But then the thing became disgusting, because now you guys are not only looting shops and closing and destroying properties, but also you are killing people, which big Ghanaians, me as a Ghanaian, I can't take that. I won't sit down and watch for you guys to kill our people. Because number one, even if they are there illegally, that's not the right way to go. It doesn't warrant for you guys to kill us if I'm even staying in your country illegally. There are right channels you can take it through. And because your systems are not working, which is also one of the main reasons or part of the factor why you guys are suffering economically, you can take us through those process and what take us out of the country. But because the system is not working, that doesn't also warrant you for you to be killing us. And Ghana as a country or as a people is not a nation or people you would want to pick a fight with. We can laugh with you, we can do agenda with you, we can do banter with you and all that. But to take it to this extent and start killing our people, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. And it may happen that back home here, we may not have the same thought or idea. We may not agree on the same thing. But outside our home country, Ghana, and in the foreign land, we are going to fight and support and throw our full strength for our people. Because every Ghanaian outside this country, Ghana, are brothers and sisters, no matter where you come from Ghana. So South Africa, we want. South Africa, what you are doing now, initially we were cool with you guys, like though we weren't all that cool, but we understood you guys, what you guys were pushing for, the agenda you guys were pushing. We understood you guys, though we didn't agree totally with what you guys were doing. But to this point, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. And indeed, our government is trying its possible best to retrieve our people from your country. I mean, you guys are saying we should leave your country. We'll leave your country. Our government is playing this part. But remember, we the people, we haven't yet come at you guys with our wrath. What we started initially, that we were saying Goldfields, we are not going to renew their license and all that. It's just the beginning. But Ghanaians should come at you guys, against you guys, with their full wrath. You won't like it. Ghana is leading ECOWAS to go speak on behalf of its people against South Africa about this xenophobic and the killings and all the attacks on its people in their country. And Mr. Saros Annan of Tuntum Network has done a video about it, and we are going to watch and give our suggestions and react to it. I go by the name Niama, and this is New Wele News. If today's your first time coming across this content and you find value with it, please do well to hit the subscribe button, like and share the video. Also do remember to hit on Tuntum Network, search it on YouTube and go hit the subscribe button of Tuntum Network so you get back-to-back content from us, from me, and from Tuntum Network. Let's get right into the video.
Ghana's President John Dramani Mahama has received the support of all presidents and heads of state of ECOWAS, all the member countries, to petition AU to discuss the recurring situation of xenophobic attacks on African migrants in South Africa. You are so welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus, and this is Tuntum Network in Accra, Ghana. This story is worth your hearing. Don't forget to subscribe to more of such contents. Thank you so much. Now, so the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, which is essentially the assembly of the presidents and heads of government of all ECOWAS member countries, have officially endorsed Ghana's request to take the issue of recurring xenophobic attacks against African nationals in South Africa to the next AU summit. Ladies and gentlemen.
About the recent incidents of xenophobic attacks against our citizens in South Africa. During which some Africans, including Ghanaians and Nigerian citizens, have lost their lives, while many other African nationals have experienced fear, intimidation, and uncertainty. Ghana welcomes the decision of the Authority of Heads of State of ECOWAS to fully endorse and support Ghana's petition at the African Union for the matter to be addressed at the next AU mid-year summit. African liberation was achieved through solidarity across our borders. We must never permit that proud legacy to be weakened by intolerance by a small group of people.
Right. Let me say all of that in simple terms. Ghana's President John Dramani Mahama has received the support of all presidents and heads of state of ECOWAS, all the member countries, to petition AU to discuss the recurring situation of xenophobic attacks on African migrants in South Africa. Ghana is leading the way. Ghana is unapologetically leading the way. And is going to do the presentation on why the AU must pause on other relevant topics to discuss, ladies and gentlemen, in the next summit, and instead focus on the issues of recurring xenophobic attacks on African migrants in South Africa. We have the full support of our brother Nigeria and Ivory Coast and the rest of ECOWAS member countries.
So, Ghana may not be rich or wealthy like the US. It may not be literally capable of fighting against South Africa. We may not be as loud as Nigerians on the internet. You may think us as calm, cool people, relaxed, chilled people, but we are not the kind of people you would want to pick a fight with, because it's not going to end well for you guys. And as most people know, we are chilled and cool and relaxed. If Ghana strikes back, or if Ghana should vex or bore or want to bring their wrath against any group of people, it won't end well for you or that group of people. It won't end well for them. So South Africans, I'm saying it again, be warned. Maybe I'm more kikakon. Munti break. This is tree that I'm speaking to you guys. Literal translation to the English. While you guys are heading to step on brakes, be stepping on your brakes, because at this point, one may say, or we can say now, that we are not even your problem. You guys were saying we are taking your jobs and all that. But it seems that xenophobic tag that has been tagged to you guys is the main reason why you guys want us out of your country. You just don't like other African people around you guys. It's self-hate. At this point, it's self-hate. That's what is happening in South Africa. Because as I said earlier, if because of jobs, you are taking your jobs, you are there illegally, you are doing illegal things in your country, that hasn't around you to be killing us, to be cold-bloodedly killing our people. We have right channels to take us through. Let me give you an example. United States of America, when Donald Trump became the president, the second term, one of his main policies or agenda, his campaign policy was what? To do away or sack away what? Illegal immigrants in this country. When he came to power, what did he do? He wasn't going about harassing people or looting people's shops and all that. When they pick you up, they take you to the immigration office or whatever, and they deport you, which is the right way to go. So at this point, that first reason you guys came out with that because we are taking your jobs and your women and we are doing illegal stuff, that's why you guys are taking us away. And I naively believed that reason and support and true support for you guys. At this point, I don't think that's even the reason why you guys are doing what you guys are doing. At this point, that xenophobic tag is the reason why you guys are doing it. It's self-hate. You don't like your own brother who is a black man. You want to serve, you want to worship the white man. You want to serve and lay down on the floor for the white man to work on you, but you hate your fellow black man. And it's true because, I now understand it's true because in your country, the whole of Africa, apart from the northern countries in Africa where I would say they are racist and all that, apart from them, the rest of Africa, it's only South Africa where there's something like race or color, where racism and colorism happens in. In Ghana, yeah, white people come here, Chinese, Asian, South American, whoever comes here, and we accept everybody. We don't judge people or we don't go about treating people because of their race or because of their color of their skin. But in South Africa, that thing happens. Even to your own people. When a South African is fairer than his fellow South African who is more darker shade or black, that fairer South African thinks is more of a better person or is more of a person more than his fellow black South African who is more darker or black. So at this point, I think it's fair to conclude that it's self-hate number one and there's xenophobia is number two. And as I said earlier, Ghana is not the country or it's not a group of people you want to pick up a fight with, because we as a people, we may not be strong, rich or all that, but it won't end up for you. Especially when we vex you, especially when we are angry at you guys and we are coming against you with our full wrath, you wouldn't like it.
Major African Union Summit is scheduled for the 4th of October 2026. And this will be the biggest topic for discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 items in the petition will be brought up for discussion. The first on the petition list is to seek a continental response to recurrent xenophobic attacks. The second calls for stronger protection of African migrants living in South Africa. And the third, which is what I actually want to hear, talks about exploring legal and diplomatic avenues if the attacks continue. Now,
so we see what Ghana, the government of Ghana is doing now. We see what the people of Ghana is doing now. We are leading the initiative, the agenda in what? Calling you guys to order. And it's going to affect you guys in the long term. See, to get to a point where if Ghana should say, yo, let's cut away South Africa, or we shouldn't welcome them. If Ghana should say, we don't welcome South Africans as part of us again, as Africans, they are not our brothers and sisters no more. Believe me, most African countries are going to follow suit. Let me give you an example. When you guys started this whole attack and harassment and looting, Ghana was the first country to come to South Africa to retrieve and take its people out of your country. And then you guys came back later, which is Jacinta and those guys came back later and were like, and they didn't say the government of Ghana come and take their people away. We are just saying that they need to go. Bro, you are harassing us, you are disrespecting us. What do you expect? That we should come cry to you guys that, oh, please give us buses or planes to fly back home or what? As I said earlier, Ghana, any Ghanaian outside Ghana is loved, is appreciated, is beloved, is cherished to the state, to the country Ghana, and won't sit down and watch for anybody to disrespect our people, number one, to embarrass and harass us, or three, even to hurt or harm any of us outside our country.
The first item on the petition, which is to seek a continental response to recurrent xenophobic attacks against African migrants in South Africa, sounds so great. AU must come to a
I was even saying something, I didn't even learn. So, as I was saying, an example was Ghana retrieving its people. When we did that thing of coming to your country to take away our people, what happened? Most of the African countries also followed suit. Most of the African countries followed suit. They did the same. Mozambique and Nigeria came to your country to come take their people out of your country. So Ghana is not a country to pick up a fight with, because it won't end well for you. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. At this point, we are giving you guys a second chance by leading this agenda of what? Telling AU in the next summit that they should call you guys to order. You guys should come apologize, so you guys should come sit down at the table with us. Let's discuss how we resolve this issue. When it happens that you guys are still not ready to resolve this issue and stop this whole xenophobic attacks and all that in your country against foreign nationals, especially Ghanaians, then we'll take our next step. Then you start feeling the wrath of the people, of the government of Ghana.
Consensus on this and put up a collective legal framework in response. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the primary reason why it must be discussed. It must be discussed because we all know that Black South Africans will repeat it again. It is a fact and won't change. This fact won't change because it is obvious from all the hundreds of videos in circulation that the Black South Africans aren't actually looking for jobs.
Look what you are doing. Look at what you are doing. And even with this video, I thought, when it started going viral, it was rumored that the guy he was hitting, or the guy they are beating up, is even a South African, but because he's from a minority tribal group in South Africa and he doesn't speak the Zulu or the Xhosa or whatever they say it, so they thought he's a foreigner, but that man was a South African. And I'm saying again, if it is true that we are taking your jobs or we are doing illegal stuff in your country, this is not the way. You don't go about hitting people and beating people up. That's not the right thing to do. You can just go to the person, speak to the person, and carry the person to the police station or wherever the immigration office or station to deport that person. See, our brothers from Nigerians in Ghana here, it gets to a point where we Ghanaians sometimes we also feel like these Nigerians are taking our jobs and all that. We don't go about beating them up. You can ask all of the Nigerians. You guys should just go on the socials or on the internet and ask Nigerians who have been in Ghana before, and ask them what happens when we Ghanaians, when we feel the same as you guys are feeling, like, yo, Nigerians are taking our job. Maybe Nigerians are doing illegal things in our country. They are doing things that it's not needed in our country. Ask them what we do to them. Most of the time, we the people, ask the people. We go to them, be like, yo, now we can't contain you guys anymore. We can't live with you guys. We can't tolerate you guys, your actions anymore. So you guys will just leave peacefully. We don't go about hating and looting shops. And if that's what we the people will do, right? That's the action we'll take. Peacefully going to these people and talking to them. But when it comes to our government, when it comes to our security personnel and our security people, the government, this is what the government also does. They move to these Nigerians or these people, they arrest them, put them in cuffs, take them to court and all that. And when they are guilty of their crimes, of staying here illegally or doing illegal things here, we deport them. We deport them. That's the right way to go. Not by hating and looting and killing.
Like they claim.
What you are doing, you are ashamed.
And it's not necessarily a fight against drug peddling or undocumented migrants in their country, as they originally marched against. No. But it has become an opportunity. The protests have become an opportunity for them to go out and loot. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole thing has become an avenue for Black South Africans to loot. Look, if there was a global statistic.
When you go on the socials currently now, and you tap into the South African news, what's happening in South Africa, the African nationality is sacked from their businesses and their workplaces in South Africa, and now which is now occupied by South African citizens. You see these videos where they are not working. I saw one video where I think it was a farmland or so, where the South African people are like, they are not going to work more than 4 hours. They are tired. They can't work more than 4 hours, or they can't work to the 8 hours period time where has been given to them to work and be paid, and we're just standing there lazying about. So I now tend to understand and believe that what you guys came out with, your reason why you guys did this whole match, that we are taking your jobs, I now believe that that is not the reason. I now believe and conclude that that wasn't the main reason you guys did this whole match. Because it seems there are a lot of job opportunities in South Africa, but it seems you guys are lazy. Number one, you guys are just lazy. You guys don't want to work with your hands, and it doesn't work in any way that if you don't work, you'll be paid. It doesn't work nowhere. Even in the Americas, even in the Europes, even in all these developed countries, it doesn't work anywhere that you just be sitting at home and you'll be paid. There's this man who is leading one of these matches, and he goes to sit on a podcast and says, every South African citizen can be paid 1 million, whatever runs for the rest of their lives if you are to share the GDP of South Africa. They have to share the money of South Africa for all of them. Everybody's going to receive 1 million rands every year for the rest of their life. It may be true, it may be not. Same way, if Ghana we have to share our money and our resources amongst ourselves, we can also what? Then that means we can live lavishly. But it doesn't work that way, because do you know why? Because our systems are not working. Same way your systems are not working in South Africa. The same way Ghana here too, our systems and our leaders are not working for us. They are not working in favor or trying to develop the well-being of the people. So that's the problem, and that is what we need to find solutions to, not blaming other people. Because at this point, as I said earlier, I've done subsequent videos talking about what started this whole economical challenges and struggle among South African citizens. It's because of the Nelson Mandela thing he did during the apartheid time, by not fighting for the economical freedom for the people, but fighting for the political freedom for the people. Right? So that's the cause, or that's the problem. You guys should be finding solutions to, but not finding other people to blame. In Ghana here, we agree that sometimes maybe Nigerians will be taking our jobs and all that, but we don't blame them. We don't blame our brothers and sisters Nigerians that they are the main reason why Ghana is not progressing, or Ghana is not moving forward economically or developing. No, we blame our leaders. We call them to actions. We call them to be accountable, to be the people, which is the main reason, which is the main problem why Ghana is not developing.
On countries that experience looting the most, ladies and gentlemen, as a means to survival, South Africa should make top 3 on that list. These guys see protests as an opportunity to steal from businesses without paying and without consequences. And you have videos where they actually jubilate after bringing home these appliances.
Interesting.
I saw this video the other day, recently, where a truck full of goods going through one of their townships was being looted while the truck moved. And this was a truck that was actually operated by their own national. See it for yourself. Exactly how I said it, ladies and gentlemen.
When I started this whole supporting South Africa agenda, I had South Africans come into my comment section to come appreciate what I'm doing, and then saying that, yeah, you are saying the right thing, you are for the truth and all that. They were support what I was doing for them. But after I did the Nelson Mandela video, I didn't see them in my comment section no more. I didn't see them in my comment section again. What happened? I thought you guys were saying I was saying the truth. I thought you guys were saying that I was speaking the facts. So what happened when I was still speaking the fact, but this time around it was against, like, or it was not in favor for you guys. You guys didn't come back to my comment section to come appreciate me no more.
Therefore, we all know these attacks will repeat themselves because this has become the medium through which many black South Africans are able to get electronic home appliances and food in their homes. And I'm serious about this. The videos are all over on the internet to see. Nobody has the time to make up any stories against South Africa, which South Africans aren't doing to themselves or to migrants in their country. But ladies and gentlemen, this makes the first item on the petition, which is led by Ghana, very important. Seeking continental response to recurring xenophobic attacks in South Africa. What will AU agree to should this thing repeat itself again? That is it. And the South African government hates what the government of Ghana is doing because it is not just the international reputation that is being affected, but Ghana is bringing up a case against South Africa that is so true and so indefensible. Yeah, that is their problem. President Cyril Ramaphosa isn't happy with Ghana because with this petition, all of Africa will make suggestions to the South African government on how to handle an internal issue. Yeah.
What did I say about Ghana not being the country to pick a fight with? What I say about it is what's happening. So Ghana is leading the case, or Ghana is leading the agenda of what destroying the reputation of what South Africa, the international reputation. Right? Ghana is leading that agenda, and this is not a falsehood agenda. This is the truth. This is actually the truth. This is what's happening in the grounds of South Africa. This is what some South African nationals think about their fellow African nationals. And Ghana is what is just being the leader or being the person to take the first step to what? To call for the ears or the attention of people in Africa and the rest of the world that, yo, not only is America racist, and maybe Europe racist, but when it comes to Africa too, we have people who are racist and colorist, or colorist. They don't like people. They are wicked, they are cruel. They're just leading the agenda. So South Africa, I'm saying again, be warned. Be warned. Munset your breaks, so munset your breaks. Munset your breaks. Yeah, you tune for it. Ghana for young Ghana country no about Africa and about West Africa and Africa you two inviting ATM we don't follow, we lead. So if you are leading this agenda against you guys, then know that it's not only we who is leading this agenda, but we are coming with what? With the masses. But the majority of African countries against you guys, we are matching with all of them against you guys. And fortunately for us, we have a case which is very, very true, and what you cannot defend you cannot defend yourself against this case because it's true. We are not pushing falsehood to us or onto you guys. We are telling you guys that what you guys are doing is wrong.
It makes the ANC government look very weak and incompetent. For years, ladies and gentlemen, they have failed to legislate a law that specifically addresses people who participate in a protest that results in burning and looting. And now all of Africa will teach them how to do it. I mean, give this a thought. The one thing that repeats itself the most in South Africa is the very thing the government doesn't actually want to address. Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't that presupposes some level of government backing, ladies and gentlemen?
That's the truth.
All the people who looted are caught on camera.
So the truth is, what's happening with the South African government is that they know the foreign African nationals aren't the main problem or main reason why their people are not comfortable. I mean, economically, they are not well to do economically. The government of South Africa know for a fact that be the foreign nationals or be the African nationals in that country are not the main reason why their people are suffering. The government are the reason why the people are suffering. But because it's more of like we are scapegoats. Like we are more of like a tool, right? Like unfortunately for we the African nationals in South Africa, there's this mind manipulation of the people by the government to making the people believe and think that we are their problem. That's what is happening in South Africa with the government and the people and with the African nationals, right? They are pushing the people's attention from them, the government, and onto we, the African nationals, blaming we, and they are doing it quietly, right? They are not doing it directly. They are not leading the charge to drive away or say that we African nationals are their problem. They are doing it quietly. They are backing the people quietly. Behind the scenes, there's a level, because at this point, when you guys are not catching and arresting these people who are doing all these criminal acts towards other foreign African nationals, then that means you guys support what they are doing. And you guys are killing and looting and embarrassing and disrespecting people. Even in war, we have something called war crimes. Even in war, there are some killings that you do that it's defined as war crime. And in this case, we are not fighting you guys. We are not at war. We are not at war. It's happened that unfortunately for some of us, we are in your country. It just happened that some of us are in your country, trying to make a living. And let me let you guys know, so you South Africans people, let me let you guys know, not all foreign people who come to your countries come to search for greener pastures. No, there are some people, they just want to even change the weather. They just want to change their environment, and they will come to your country. Not everybody in your country, not every foreign national or African national in your country is there to come take your jobs or search for greener pastures. Somebody is just there to even tour your country, to even see the beautiful place of your country. You see, when this whole xenophobic thing started, that Ghana leading a chat to fight or to draw attention of other African people and the rest of the people around the world, that this is what's happening in South Africa. You see, the tourist attraction economy has gone down. It's got to a point where even your artists, your celebrities are complaining that now they are not being called, or their gigs and programs outside South Africa in the African continent are being cancelled and all that. This is just the beginning, bro. I saw again that one South African too was going to sit on a podcast saying that they made Burna Boy and Davido and Wizkid, they're like the Nigerian artists, they help, or they made them big on the African continent. Bro, we Ghanaians, we are not even claiming that thing. We Ghanaians are not even claiming that we made Burna Boy and Davido and Wizkid dance. Mo free fa na mo bema Davido mo be kesiye. Mo ye na nsia na ma piano e be gini din African continental. Sanke kan South Africa. What do we know about South Africa apart from Nelson Mandela, apartheid and xenophobic? You guys been tagged as xenophobic. What again do we know about South Africa? It's just recently that this whole Amapiano thing started buzzing and getting some traction on the African continent. Apart from these four things, what again do we know about South Africa? And among all these four things, you guys being tagged as a xenophobic country of people is the biggest thing we know you guys for. Especially the black South Africans. Among the four things, it be the xenophobic thing where we know you guys for.
But nothing will be done to any of them. Ladies and gentlemen, doesn't that look like the government supports the looting?
Yeah.
You cannot make an argument against this fact. And that's why I'm of the opinion, personal opinion, that a president must be set with South Africa moving forward.
Yeah, we have to start.
Every country in the world has a migrant problem. This isn't peculiar to South Africa or to Africa. Everywhere in the world, migrant challenges are a real problem to deal with. But if we all chose to chase down migrants and beat them out of our country because we are...
Do you know the number of South Africans living in Ghana? Do you know how many South African businesses are in Ghana here and thriving? They're not only surviving, but they are thriving in the Ghana economy here. They are making millions of dollars in the Ghana economy here. Do you know, if every people around the world are to say that, well, we all have this migrant or immigration problems, we have to chase and beat out people out of our country and chase out their business and all that, do you think you guys, you South Africans, you survive? See, what you guys are doing, this whole violence and aggressiveness that you guys are doing, it's so like what you guys are doing. I don't know. I can't find a good word for it. Like, it's nothing. When we talk of aggression, see, Ghana, even a small section of Ghana, which is Asante Kingdom, they are one of the few African tribes in Africa to be recognized by what the English or England, that they went to war with them and were defeated. They have monuments, they have statues, they have history written down by them, or the white colonizers. I mean, the Britain and the England people. They have history and statues and monuments and things to prove that, yeah, they fought the Asantes, which is a small section or a section in Ghana. They fought with them and were defeated, and that was one of the greatest war during their colonization era. I don't think they've ever mentioned the Zulus, their war with the Zulus, because if they have lost or they have lost a great defeat against the Zulus, like it will be something known, right? It will be something, or it will be part of this whole history and things to prove that, yeah, they fought the Zulus or the Xhosas or whatever you guys call yourselves, and were defeated greatly. But with Asante Kingdom, which is just a small section, they've lost lot of defeats, greatly, like not only one, not only twice, more. And Ghana is the first Saharan country, or the first African country to get its independence from the colonizers. To this date, you guys can't even break free from the white colonizers. To this date, you guys have been manipulated and puppeteered to believe that the white man is your god. Meanwhile, the white man is just as human as you are. The white man has blood and flesh just as you are. The white man's blood is not green or white or purple. It's red like your own. But meanwhile, you have been conditioned to think that they are your gods, they are your saviors. Shame on you guys. Shame on you guys again.
Outnumber them like South Africans do on a regular basis. Imagine how chaotic the world will be, ladies and gentlemen. Crime and undocumented migrants are everywhere, not just in South Africa.
Yeah, that's the
They
fact.
make it look as if it is only in South Africa that is seeing this problem. And that's where the whole thing lies, the whole problem lies. Personally, I would have loved to see some demands on the South African government in this petition to compensate every country that had to repatriate their people from that country. The cost that countries incurred, ladies and gentlemen, should be brought to the doorstep of the South African government. The South African government must receive some level of sanctions on a continental scale to serve as a deterrent to their government in the future, and also to any African country that will repeat or do same. Ladies and gentlemen, this cannot be pardoned.
I hope and I believe this will surely come to pass. Be sanctioning South African government on a continental scale to serve as a deterrent, or what, to serve as an example to other people who would think to other African countries who would think of disrespecting and following suit what South Africans are doing currently now with this whole attacks and xenophobia thing that's happening in their country. I hope and I pray and I believe it will come to pass.
Now, just as I predicted, the South African blacks have moved on to now forcing white South Africans to employ blacks. I mean, where is the government in all this? How can a society function when people...
So, when we are saying that your government is your problem, is it true? Because let us know, or tell me something, convince me. Whose responsibility is it to provide fertile grounds or to provide employment for its people in a country, in a nation? Isn't it the government? So why are you guys not going to your government, but rather going to the white South Africans? Aren't the white South Africans also citizens as you guys in South Africa? I thought you guys are all citizens in South Africa. And the man is saying, or how come that instead of you guys going to your government to ask for job opportunities or work opportunities, you are rather going to your fellow white South Africans to ask for job opportunities or for them to employ you guys? So you see, it's fair to say that your government is your problem, just as it is government is one of the main problems to the people of every individual nations or countries, not only in Africa but across the world. Even in America, the people know that the government, if something should go bad in their country, it's the government who caused it, or the government has a hand in it, or the government sat down for that particular problem to happen. In the Europe, it's the same thing. Just as in Ghana and in Nigeria, we all know that it's the government, because they are the ones we've given them the mantle, we've given them the power to try and steer us from the negative to the positive, to try and steer us from the bad to the good, in terms of development, in terms of comfortable lifestyle and livelihood and well-being. So if something is going wrong, it's the government we have to blame, not other foreign nationals, because just as Mr. Saros is saying, and just as it's a fact, it's the objective fact that across the world, everybody has a migration problem, not only in South Africa.
People can walk up to other people's spaces and make such demands. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, what stops the black South Africans from starting their own businesses and employing their colleague blacks? And even if, okay, it is true that the white man's businesses employ more undocumented foreign nationals, should the local government not be responsible for such issues and sanctions against white businesses? Shouldn't law enforcement be deployed in such cases, ladies and gentlemen? Should it be left in the hands of people in the street to go about attacking people? Ladies and gentlemen, there is clearly no leadership in South Africa.
Yeah.
Those in charge of the country right now only have a voice when they are doing the biddings of their friends. When it comes
Ghana, say from a signboard, right? They are more of like a what's the word? Occasional leaders, occasional leaders. They are not the real leaders, right? There are some people manipulating them. They are just like the signboard, right? Yeah.
International matters, but the internal matters of South Africa is completely out of their control. And this country is supposed to be a leader on this continent, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this video.
Today you just had 5, I don't know, it's not people Zimbabwe. No, there's people that are teaching. Yeah. Yes. So can you please answer the ticket? I also told this shop, I can even call my company. We can go on it. Yeah. So these people here, it's been telling me, but then you can't be where foreigner people. You don't want foreigners. Now, and this is also means now. I will not employ you. Why? Why should I? Why should you? I have people. I have my own people. Outside people, foreigners. No, South Africans. But then the ones that are working here, don't shout at me. Don't shout at me. You started shouting at me. No, don't shout at me. No, don't shout at me.
To bring it to conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the third item on the petition is going to bring some sanity to the situation. What will be the legal and diplomatic actions to take if these attacks continue? Ladies and gentlemen, 3 months from now, we shall find out what AU comes up with. And I can't wait to hear what the whole of Africa decides. I'll therefore end it here for now. Be sure to support us as we bring thought-provoking and difficult issues in Africa to the public domain for discussions. We will continue to bring essential topics to your attention and break things down as they happen in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe for more. My name is Cyrus, and I'm out.
For this information, for this news item and video, but I would like to say something to my fellow Ghanaian people and other African nationals. Ghana Hano, or in Ghana here, we have a proverb in the Tree dialect, in our local dialect, the Tree, where it goes like, "O pame jatan so onkon," and now o pame jatan so onkon. Now, wait, let me rephrase it properly. After what pame jatana amana kowienu, nwetu upon chenefo, something like that. What pame jatana wa kowienu nwetu upon chenefo, which the literal translation is, after sucking away the lion, you then what? Advise the goat or the sheep. The meaning of this proverb is, after we sanctioning South Africa because of their actions, because of what they are doing towards or against other African nationals, we should also advise ourselves, or should also advise our people that, sit back home and be the change, or fight for the change you are looking for in other foreign countries, because one who should cook for you to come and eat, who should work hard or hustle for whatever they want for you to come and enjoy the benefits of it. I'm saying it again. After we sanction, or after we punishing South Africa, I mean the government and their people all together, we should also advise ourselves that there's nowhere like home. There's nowhere sweet or sweeter than home. You won't find peace nowhere else than you will find it at home. So when we are looking for greener pastures, we can find that greener pastures in our home countries. We should sit back home. We should call on to our leaders. We should let them come account to us, we the people, because we are the ones who gave them the mantle, the power to lead us. We should hold our leaders accountable to fix the problems in our individual countries. We should be the change, or we should fight for the change we are looking for and seeking for in foreign countries. Because if we punish South Africa, no matter how many times we punish them, and we still continue to troop into South Africa or maybe other foreign countries to search for greener pastures, we will still be disrespected. We will still be embarrassed and harassed at one point. I go by the name Niama, and this is New Welle News. If you find this video interesting, you like what we do, you like what I do, and you would want to support, please then do me a favor by hitting the subscribe button. It's really, really important, right? It's really, really important. I would want this video to reach 10 likes. I would want 10 likes from this video, and also I would want this video to hit 500 views. I don't want more. I don't want that much. I just want 500 views. So please do also to share the video for me, right? To your friends, to your loved ones, to people who need to hear this news or information. Hope to catch you on the next episode. I'm out.